afternoon, everybody. It's Coda back here from Amazing ATS. Iron Man, thank you so much for the hosting. And right now we are sitting down here. I forget. Oh, that's right. We are in Phoenix, and we are going to be going over to Las Cruces, I believe. Yes, in our first load today. And we do have the baby brother of the Peterbilt 379s. We are in the 378 today. And this was just uploaded onto atsmods.lt yesterday. So we do have this all painted up, ready and to go. So without any further waiting, we're going to climb into the cab and we're going to get our butts moving down the road. And yes, I'm back in the day. They did have a bunch of red lights in the cabin. You notice something different here with this dash also. It does show the fifth wheel is locked. Jake Skydiver, how's it going today? Welcome to the stream. We do have the shift cam back in operation today also. Oh, that's awesome. Which one did you get? That's the brother to the T150 that I have. I believe that's going to be the Xbox version. Very good wheel. You will enjoy it. Hey Chris, how's it going? Great to see you. And yes, I saw this on atsmods.lt and I just had to grab it. Hey Martin, how's it going today? Whoops, and what do we know? I was almost going the wrong way. Hello Coda, make sure you pay attention. I'm just saying, work is done for the weekend. Woohoo! Yeah, so we're going to do some single player here, and I'm going to take a little bit of a break. I might be back for some multiplayer tonight. I am not sure yet. That's one thing that you couldn't see in the dark, but since we are doing old school today, we do have a little bit of rolling coal coming out of the stacks. you, Jake. And literally, my wheel, I have it clamped to my desk. I don't have a mount solution, so I'm not even going to try it. One thing I am going to mention, guys, is this truck is very texture heavy, at least on the inside. I'm going through Phoenix and I'm normally around 70, 80, 90 FPS. Right now I'm barely doing 50. Are you talking about on the display, Jake? What do you mean by it has shifts and not gears? Martin, this is the Peterbilt 378. Oh yeah, that's my gear shifter. Yeah, this here is the TH8A from Thrustmaster, and sitting on top of that we have the Tech Affliction Mega Shifter. Android Gamer Pro, thank you so much for the subscribe on YouTube. I definitely appreciate it. And Iron Man, look out. I do not have a train horn today. Yeah, what the Mega Shifter is a actual real world American shift knob that's been converted for use on PC. So the pneumatic airlines have been drilled out, replaced with Hall effect sensors, and it's all controlled by an Arduino micro USB board. just a warning though, if you guys do download this mod, it does include engines. The engines sound kind of, and the Jake brakes on them sound absolutely horrible if you can even hear them. So I'm running the Detroit Series 60 from Creechbomb's engine mod pack, and this is at 585 horsepower. Hey Reed, how's it going today? If you do happen to get a read, you will be extremely satisfied with it. I got mine September 1st of last year, have had absolutely no problems. Alright, roger that, Jake. Bye-bye, pumpkin patch. The paint job on the truck today is actually from ETS2. It is the Amber Glory. What do you know? I was supposed to go over there. Hello, Coda. Can you tell I haven't been into this way station too many times? I pulled the U-Iron Man, I stalled the truck. If you're driving a manual, you gotta remind yourself that the trucks are stallable, and you do it every now and then. If I could talk this Friday, you gotta do it every now and then, just to make sure that you remember you're driving a manual, is what I should have said. Yeah, but I love that in the mirrors that you can actually see the rolling coal coming out of the stacks. Roger that, Iron Man. Amazing ATS, just how you see it there across the top. Amazing Space ATS. There should be a link down below the video also to my YouTube channel. The truck does have a ton of customization options too. You've got 3 different dashes that you can choose from. It does have only one type of bumper though, but you can add a bull bar. It does have fender options for the back. No stack options though. ATSmods.lt, Martin. Alright, and there is your subscribe there, Jake. I do appreciate it. It does look like that most of the buttons here on this dash do move. So I just turned off the Jake, that button went down. The cruise control works. Beacon, I don't have any on the truck, but that works. And it looks like just about everything is working on this. How's it going today, Ashley? Thanks for joining us here on the stream. Yeah, that truck just looks absolutely gorgeous. Hey, Grim, how's it going? TGIF, I am so glad I am done with work for the day. Well, actually, for the weekend. Uncoiled Canoe, hey, welcome to the stream today, and thank you. If you do have American Truck Simulator and would like to download this mod, you can find it on atsmods.lt. Alright guys, don't tell Iron Man I just missed a shift. Out of the game for a second. I'm going to give you guys the link here. So if you go to that website there and click on trucks on the left nav bar, the 378 should be the first truck there. Dewan, nope, I've had this. I just haven't had the shift cam activated in a while. Yeah, that is so hard to see from the cab since I'm using immersive symbols. It's hard to see that green light on the back cones. Alright, let's see. Where do we want to go? I don't know if I'm going to be on there yet tonight or not, Martin. I want to do some single player streaming. I'm going to take a little break and then I will decide. I saw it was just updated to version 1.30. I do not have it as of yet. Yeah, we're going to pick up right here. We're going to take ourselves and get some doubles. What do you mean, Jake? You mean my mod list? If you stick around till the end of the stream, I will show it off then, unless I happen to change something. Uh-oh. Way to go, Coda. Good thing I was looking in that mirror. I was going to be taking out some sidewalk rails. There we go. Man, that looked so amateurish. I am not running a whole lot of mods. I do have a graphics mod in, the JBX2, which works with Reshade and Sweet FX, so I do have that installed. I have a couple of sound mods, some truck skin, trucks. I got Volvo's Aerodeath VNL 670 installed. I've got this one, and basically some truck skins, and that's about it, besides the Real Company mod. This is not Martin. I am doing good, Ashley. All right, 1 second here, guys. There you go, Martin. That's a direct link to the truck. Even though it's a Peterbilt, you are going to be buying it in a Kenworth dealer. There is, Grim. What you want to search for is Real Company logos and gas stations. That's like 7 or 8 mods in one. moly, did you see that bear? Holy crap, he just pulled right out and... Well, he's the one who smacked my trailer. Now let's see, did he cause any damage? Woo, he didn't. You can grab it from the Steam Workshop, Grim. Just search for Real Company logo and gas stations. You are quite welcome. And have you guys looked at the SCS blog today by chance? If you haven't, there are some pictures to what appears, I am going to say, is Oregon. In picture number 6, you're going to see a mill of some sort. My guess is that is going to be the International Paper Mill that's in Springfield, Oregon. So just everyone was clamoring, complaining, oh, we've got all these states full of sand and whatnot. Well, not any more of that is going to be Oregon. Then go to http://atsmods.lt, click trucks on the left nav bar. It will be the second truck below the Cascadia for version 1.30. Not a whole lot, Ashley, just grabbing gears and hauling freight. I believe it is. The header on it should say Peterbilt 378. There would be two pictures, one of the outside of the truck and one of the dash. Oh, sorry there, Mr. Box Truck. Didn't realize I had a way station coming up. And you guys are not going to be disappointed in the customization options. There are quite a few. If I can keep myself centered in the lane, that would be even better. Welcome back, Iron Man. Way to go, Domino's, you just screwed everybody. Are you past your delivery dates, Iron Man? Are you a Prime member? Now, were the items already shipped out, or are the items out of stock and they're waiting for them to come back in? Oh, that's nice of them to do that for you. Don't you just hate when that happens? You change lanes and then the AI gets also changes lanes in front of you and then slows down. It's like, if I had a gun, I would be shooting out their tires. La 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 la, no, I'm not speeding. Nope, I did not go speeding through a construction zone. When we get outside of Phoenix going up the 60 and 93, we're going to have to stop at a fill me up. Looks like I've got about a quarter tank of fuel left. this truck is really nice to drive, though. There's really not a whole lot of problems with it, just a little bit texture heavy on the interior. Tried to time that light and I failed miserably. And the only weird thing is, since the smoke is a mod itself, that's part of the truck, when the truck is off, you're still rolling coal. Yo, what's up, Sarge? How's it going? And thank you for the hosting also. You're just like your brother. The leg still hurting you? Now that is one gorgeous sunset. if I do not get to multiplayer tonight, we're going to go ahead and do, well, I'm going to do an open convoy tomorrow afternoon. Well, the only problem with that, Martin, is the AI spawns about 1,000 vehicles just for you alone. Now add that to an average of 500 to 600 people, and you're going to be literally having thousands upon thousands of vehicles with major traffic jams. Hey George, how's it going today? Not a whole lot really, just the first run. I wouldn't know the specifics of that actually, George, so I'm not able to answer that. believe you need to be 21 in order to leave your state when you're driving a truck. If you're under 21, I believe you are going to be locked to your home state. The file I downloaded from atsmods.lt, it wasn't even zipped or anything. It's a straight SCS file. Jonathan, how's it going? Welcome to the stream this afternoon. Dalen, how's it going today? Let's see, where do I want to go? Yeah, I'm not going back to New Mexico. I guess we're going to go somewhere in California, as much as I don't want to go there. Let's go over to Wally World and pick up some computers and take them up to Best Buy. Rice-A-Roni, I haven't been there in a while either, so that would be a nice little trip. That's because it's the little brother to the 379. no, no, I am not going to Red Light City. As a matter of fact, George, that is still the case. Their fleet truck is the 579. Their owner-operator truck is the 389. Yep, you are correct. The 378 is a truck from the 90s. But it also has, does have 3 different dashes on it. Has the one that I'm using, which is the oldest, and then from like 2000 to 2005 and 2006 to 2010. Red Light City is otherwise known as Roswell, New Mexico. Yep, I gotta do it. I gotta do a just been hired, unfortunately not trained trailer. Just once. Welcome back, Iron Man. That's what JB Hunt stands for. Just been hired, unfortunately not trained. baby hunt back in the day when I was driving took a lot of heat for who they were. Hey Jesse, welcome to the stream today. I am doing quite well. How about you? Well, the fact of the matter is, George, that today's trucks are quite a bit more fuel efficient. I'm just going to throw an example out for you. The International Pro Star from, like, say, 2007, 2008, compared to the LTs that were just released late last year, you're talking a fuel savings of about 15% just for that difference. Holy moly, I didn't know I already reached California. I better slow down before I get myself a driving award. Oh, no, Swift was never alone. Schneider is notorious for having quite a few wrecks too, as a lot of people go to them for their training, and then they throw them into a truck basically with just however long their school is. I'm basically on my own for dinner tonight, Martin, so once I get done streaming, I'm probably gonna be eating. It is not. It's the Tech Affliction Mega Shifter. I do not recommend anyone buying the SKRS from CSIO. You are not going to be receiving it. Even if you are allowed to place an order, I don't recommend it. With so many people requesting chargebacks and being unable to get a hold of them, a lot of banks are starting to blacklist them. One of the major differences between the SKRS and the Mega Shifter, the SKRS uses a cheap Chinese clone of an Eaton Fuller shift knob. An actual Eaton Fuller shift knob would have a medallion that says Eaton on it. This one is a World American shift knob that's seen decades of use in Kenworths, Peterbilts, Freightliners. They are even still in use today. Pretty much the pneumatic airlines have been drilled out, replaced with Hall effect sensors, and all connected to a Arduino micro USB port board at the end of 5 feet of cable. It's not inside here, so you can use actual shifter customizations without having to do any further modifications. Now, if you order the Mega Shifter, say you order the Easy Jake with it, it actually will ship to you with that already attached. So basically all you got to do is attach it to your shifter, plug it in, set it up in game, and boom, less than 10 minutes later you are ready and trucking with a real world shift knob. Well, actually, these days, George, since you had mentioned fuel, with the cost of diesel, at least in my state, is above $3.30 a gallon. When it takes 250 gallons to fill up your truck, I mean, the fuel efficiency savings is a big deal. Well, actually, I could do that, Iron Man. I would just have to provide information for any tax purposes in case I make over $500 a year from it. I would be able to sign up for it. Because nobody drives a truck like Swift. Now, just take a look at videos on YouTube. You will see how bad it is for Swift drivers backing up in truck stops. Nobody wants a Swift driver parking near them. I mean, as an example, your largest carrier, Swift, Schneider and Werner, even though they are national carriers, they are quote-unquote training carriers. That's where people that go to get their CDLs, and then once their contract is expired, so the company won't yank their CDL, they are out of the company. Back when I drove in the late 90s, I was in a Freightliner FLD 120. And I pulled dry van under a dedicated Walmart contract, and then I've also did a lot of skateboard hauling. And both of those trucks were flat tops. Of course, the dedicated, I had I'm going to say an arrow wing up on top of the sleeper, but it was still a flat top truck, and I'm a tall guy at 6'2", so trying to get dressed in the back of one of those things was not the most comfortable of things, and almost missed my exit again. Yeah, that's another company I don't recommend Prime to anyone. I mean, granted, yes, you're going to make some money, but the lease program, their lease program, it is definitely not the best. Alright there, Sarge, we'll talk to you later. Probably can, yes. Now, how far back that truck is going to go, your guess is going to be as good as mine. Normally, they probably at a dealership don't have trucks more than 5 years old at them. pretty much shutting down any being able to buy a glider also. Come on, Crash and Roll stunt team, get your butt moving. Oh, and that also stands for can't remember bleep today. Since we're on some of what truck company stands for, Prime. Please remember I may explode. And then also another one is, please remember I mortgaged everything, I need cash. And one more, please remember I'm Missouri educated. No offense to anyone from Missouri. We employ rookies, no experience required. And Swift, there is so many of those. Let's see. Swing wide, it's a freaking trailer. And sure wish I finished trading. Another one is, sure, we're insured for that. How many years do you have to go, George, before you would be able to at least drive, since you need to be 18? Up, that's another one, Big T. You got her there. Now, granted, guys, DEF is not a bad thing. It's just the engines are so touchy anymore these days that when the DEF screws up, it pretty much screws up the entire engine. Yeah, so you got 3 years to go before you can even get your CDL, and then until you're 21, you're going to be locked to your home state. You won't be able to travel outside of it. Yeah, that's coming soon, Big T. I saw the posting of why it's not there, since the U.S. server goes through a like a rerouter that's not one that they host on their own. They want to verify that their servers are updated from the CPU bug. That's why it's gone for the time being. My brother is in a 2018 T680, and he's had a couple of problems with the def on that already. Well, California is quite, I'm going to say liberal in a loose sense of the term, but they also have the most laws. Did you guys see that a huge majority of California wants to secede from the rest of the state and become their own? As long as you have a mailing address, say I'm in Pennsylvania, and there's no annual inspection, I believe, in Oklahoma. So basically, if you have a mailing address in a different state, you can actually register your truck in that state. At least that's what it was back when I drove. Whoops. Sorry about that, Mr. Four-Wheeler. Ah, you haven't offended me yet, George. Yeah, the US is a little different. The last that I knew, as long as you had a mailing address in a certain state, you would be able to register a vehicle there. And that could just be as simple as a P.O. box, and then you would have someone go to the P.O. box, get your mail, and forward it on to your actual address. I'm not sure if it's still like that, though. It might not be. And yes, since we are in a 378 today, I do have some rolling coal going out of the stacks. Alright, I can bypass. I just saw that sign there. It's like, whoa, I better check and make sure I got to pull in or not. Welcome back, Iron Man. And my brother really doesn't mind going to California. The only thing he hates about it is he can't do more than 55 miles per hour. And speaking of Prime, there we go. You're up in Canada, Jesse? Who's that? Me, Jesse? And I'm gonna tell you this right now, I'm a little bit older than 30. I just sound a lot younger than what I am. How's it going today? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I'll give you a little bit of a hint. I'm going to be in my mid-40s this year. Yes, I am an old dude that sounds like I'm 21. the one thing about cab overs is they are great in cities because their turning radius is actually quite a bit shorter than that of a conventional cab. So you get around cities, you will see them. However, most of the highway trucks do have a hood on them. Way to go, Chippy. Just cut off that, yeah, four-wheeler. Thank you there, Game 13 Asian, and welcome to the stream this evening. How are you doing today? We're on 152 in California, otherwise known as the Ho Chi Minh Trail. And that they actually do call it that also, and the reason is because there are so many accidents between Interstate 5 and US 101. Actually, this truck does come with Cat engines, 3406Cs. Well, this is the 585 Detroit Series 60. The torque on this engine is actually quite realistic. We're looking at 1950 foot-pounds. Because if I'm going to point here, we've got... Give me a moment, Iron Man. I will explain that here in just a moment. Let me get this trailer dropped off. We're almost up to Rice-A-Roni. I'm going to need 2 hands in order to do this, so I really don't want to explain it while driving. Yeah, right now I am in 8 low. I'm not onto the high side. Doing 55 miles an hour, and we're at 1400 RPM. Now, if you drive long enough and you're in the same truck for even a couple of weeks, you won't even need to look at the RPM gauge. You will be able to tell by the vibration and the sound of where the shift points are going to be at. And that's just something that you learn from listening and paying attention. You look down when you're first starting, it's like, okay, I'm at 1500 RPM, I've got to shift. Your mind actually trains itself to listen to your ears for a shift point. So any experienced driver who's been in the same truck for more than a couple of weeks, most of them are not looking at the RPM gauge. Hey Kenworth, it is going awesome. They've actually got that all built with a bypass now, George. thank you so much for that subscribe. I do appreciate it. Uh-oh. Way to go, Coda. We're going to do this easy way. I got to pull up just a little bit. There we go. I don't want to be rolling backwards because since I can't feel the clutch starting to engage with my pedals, it's a royal pain in the butt to start off on a hill in this. Oh, I always do. It doesn't make any bit of difference, really. Yeah, we're just skipping by that. Alright, now, Iron Man, the reason why I don't use the last two, I've actually got this blocked off here with a little piece of a pen. So I'm just going to be here in the truck. I'm going to sit back a little bit. Just watch the... Oh, you can't even see that. I'm going to just turn my head this way. So if you look at the gauge there, right now I'm in neutral. So we go all the way over and up. We are in reverse. And then I can split between high-low and then also reverse to high-low. We go down into granny gear. We got granny gear. We've got granny gear high. And then we're going to go through the shift pattern for an 18-speed. So we got 1, 2... 3, 4. We're going to put the range selector up. We're now going to go into the high side of 5, 6, 7, and 8. So there's no need to use these last two spaces on the TH8A. And Kenworth, I'm not driving a slush-o-matic to where, oh, I'm going to take my foot off the brake. You got 2 seconds to put it on the gas. Doesn't work with the clutch. I haven't been up to Ukiah in a while, so we're going to grab a Heartland Express trailer here. We're going to still take some more computers. 20,000 pounds. Now, that would be granny gear, G-R-A-N-N-Y. That is what is called, say if you're on a really steep incline and you've got a 45,000 pound wagon and you're at 80,000 pounds. You go to let out the clutch a little bit, chances are you might stall the truck. So the granny gear actually allows you time to get going on that steep of a grade in order to get through at least the low side of the gears. Oh yeah, and if you're starting on a grade in granny gear, you're pretty much going to come to a stop by the time you get into first gear. That's just to help you get going basically, and that is it. Now, if you guys pay attention here, I haven't done any heavy hauls in a while, but you'll see me. I've been doing this the entire stream. I'm skip shifting because these trailers, you really don't need to. Even at 80,000 pounds, if you're starting out on the flat, you don't need to go 1 to 2. You should be able to go 1 to 3 and then into 5, and that's what I've been doing. Yep, exactly, Jesse. And I am witness to that. I have done that quite a few times, actually, back when I was driving. All depends on what kind of load you have on your wagon, basically. Oh, sweet, we get to go over the Golden Gate. I have not been across this in forever. The Golden Gate Bridge is always right. If you go across a gray one, George, you're actually going across the Bay Bridge. Alright, don't be moving, truck. I'm not sure why you were before. But anyways, George, I'm going to show you another bridge here in San Francisco, and you tell me if that's the one that you normally go across. Now, is this the one that you're normally going across there, George? Yeah, the Bay Bridge is double stacked and gray. The Golden Gate is on US 101. And a lot of times in the game, when you go into San Francisco, it routes you across this bridge. There's only certain times that you're across the Golden Gate. And going from San Francisco up to Ukiah is one of those times that you actually go across the Golden Gate. Or say if you're running US Highway 1 or the Pacific Coast Highway, you will run across the Golden Gate that way also. It is not. Yeah, if you're going across that gray bridge, George, you're going across the Bay Bridge. Just remember the Golden Gate is on US Highway 101. using any traffic mods, George? Oh boy, I did not look at my fuel gauge. I'm not going to come across to fill me up here somewhere. Or at least I hope I have enough to get up to Ukiah. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Just take a free drive across the Golden Gate. It's actually quite iconic. You'll enjoy it. Where are you seeing that at, Kenworth? Oh, yes, apparently, yep, I see exactly where you're looking at. Yeah, I believe that's exactly what it says. Because the CB, well, I don't have the SISL Mega Pack activated currently. Now, if I did, I would be able to add a CB, but I just didn't feel a need to do it for this stream. I thought I was right that I need to get off here. Oh yeah, this is a push button start. Oh, what the heck is going on over there? Navajo, back the hell up, driver! Oh my goodness, really, Navajo and Publix, way to go AI. Oh, almost smacked the trailer again. Oh, I've got a goal here to take a look. Yeah, should be alright, hopefully. Nope. I was gonna smack that wagon. Alright, I'm cheating. And apparently I don't know how to cheat very good either. Holy moly, Coda. Jesus. You start turning way too late and then that happens. Yep, this is what happens when you totally forget how to back up a tractor trailer. Ouch, I did not mean to run into a brick wall either. Hey, what's up, Gary? Alright, but no, actually, George, I need to go get myself some dinner. So I do want to thank you guys for watching today. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you make sure you go ahead and click that subscribe button. Click the bell to enable notifications. If you did enjoy today's live stream, make sure you give it a thumbs up and let me know. My name is Coda. You guys have been watching Amazing ATS. We will see you on the flippity flop.